Hello, Pisces. It's Jade with Bella Jade Tarot. Um, so, I'm going to start with your overall feeling for the week. This is like your emotional lesson or the vibe or just the energy that you're starting your week with and kind of what the lesson is overall. You drew the Three of Earth from the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. Um, right now is a time that you're using to really start the beginnings for something that you think is going to be really great in your life in the future. So you're kind of sowing the seeds. You're taking the time to prepare for what's ahead, and um, you know, you really want to know what are the things that you have to change in order to get ahead. What are the things you have to do to get where you want to be? And you're taking the time to think about that and make a plan for it. So that's kind of what's going on this week. But what are you willing to do now in order to have this greater thing that you want in the future? It could be a job, it could be a better relationship, it could be anything that I think that makes you feel like other people respect you more. And so that's kind of where you're starting. So the way I read is beginning, middle, end of the week. We finish with a card for what the next week is going to start out like. So I've already shuffled the cards. We'll go ahead and get started. So for the beginning of the week, you know, you have had it all for a while. You feel like you've had a good family life, a good fortune. You've had possibly family, children, or the family of your origin is something that you're really happy to be a part of. And it's making you realize the ways in which you have either been generous to others or the ways that you maybe should not have been generous to others. Maybe you should have kept some things to yourself, but in the long run, you see yourself as a generous person. By the middle of the week, you're going to start to have a little bit of anguish around money. I feel like something that's going on with this, what you're wanting to sow, is a better financial system, or maybe a better way to have somebody who's really important to you in your life respect you financially. And one of the ways that you've been thinking about doing this is that maybe you haven't been saving enough. Maybe you have a lot of mental anguish about whether or not you're just good enough in general financially for somebody else, for this person that you really care about. And it could be your family in general. Like, how will your generation see you? Will they see you as somebody who, had a sort of financial success, path to success? No surprise here. By the end of the week, something's going to happen that really makes you start to consider the ways in which you are in the world and how you could change those things. It's something that you wanted to think about. It's caused you a little bit of mental anguish. And now, the universe is going to step in and make you do some changing. But again, even though that's happening from the outside, you have the ability to really, control the situation. You're a strong manifester. You're intelligent, kind person who can move forward through this, Pisces. I really think that, you will see some of these things start to grow, that you start to think about. This is a really abundant card. This is a card of somebody who can make these things come to fruition. So I think by the end of the week, this thing that happens really is what sets the next steps in place for you, because it's out of your control. So it's time to switch directions. And you definitely start the next week knowing how you're going to move forward. You're in control of this Chariot here. You are moving ahead. I think you see both the positives and the negatives with the changes that you're going to be making moving forward. You have this yin and yang type of Chariot that's moving forward, and the energy is, there's this really positive, amazing, great thing, but at the same time, some of the dark things have to move forward with it. So, this change could end up, just making some people unhappy, making some things in your life, the things in your life that have held you back, that they'll be more transparent. It may cause you to rethink some things that you've been holding on to for a long time that maybe have made your family pretty happy. So, moving forward, there might be something that, you have to sacrifice something else, in order to be where you want to be. Again, you want this. You want whatever it is that you've been thinking about. That's what you're really focusing on. And it's causing you to think about it and to really worry about what's going to happen. And that worry manifests itself into something from the outside, coming in and making the change for you. It's going to happen pretty swiftly. So you will have to get on the Chariot. You will have to make up your mind. You're going to have to make some sacrifices. And you have to realize that those sacrifices are for the betterment of your family. They're for the betterment of you. And so I feel like Pisces needs to move forward with what they've been thinking about, what they've been wanting. I hope that's you, and have a great week.